On Glass Street in East Chattanooga, a new chapter for community small business began this spring. Boom, or Black and Brown owned and operated marketplace, opened its doors where Allgood's used books and coffee served customers until it closed last fall. Shateria Smith is Director of Creative Arts Programming at RISE Chattanooga, the arts and culture nonprofit in East Chattanooga that bought the storefront. Christopher Shaw is the owner of Holy Man Grooming and Final Flash Productions. He's one of the small business vendors at Boom. Shateria, Christopher, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Boom recently opened on Glass Street.
We did.
Tell us more about the location.
Well, it was important for us to be in that community because a lot of things are changing. And so we wanted to be a place in that community, for the community, by the community. So it was very important for us to be in the historic Glass Street district.
RISE Chattanooga owns that space now.
We do. We are powered by RISE. So we are under the umbrella of RISE Chattanooga. So RISE owns the building on Taylor Street. So that's more of like your event venue, performances, concerts. There's a podcast studio over there, gourmet kitchen that you can do cooking classes in, music studio that you can record. So there's all kinds of arts things that you can do. Boom is more centered around business. So entrepreneurship, business classes, marketing, headshots for your business, just different things that pertain to business. So we wanted to put that piece in place.
And for people who might recognize the location, this is where Allgood's used to be.
It is. We wanted to keep some of that history there, honoring Miss Betty. She was a great entrepreneur, had many businesses, and so we want to keep her legacy alive through Boom as well. And that's the reason why we decided to still serve coffee and kind of keep it like a coffee shop, just in honor of her.
And there's plans to paint a mural to honor that history as well.
Absolutely. We are in talks with some amazing artists to paint a mural on the side of the building just to show that's Miss Betty's. And so it'll always be that.
And in the meantime, let's talk about some of the businesses that are now at that location, including yours, Christopher.
Final Flash Productions is a production company. We focus on video and photo storytelling for small businesses and creatives alike. The business that's actually in direct partnership and inside of the Boom Marketplace is actually Holy Man Grooming. I like to look at it as a male empowerment and cultivation business and brand. Right now, our focus is through the grooming aspect. So beard care, skin care, we're going into soaps and things of that nature. We want to focus on the grooming of the male, both inside and without. So that comes with, like I said, with the branding aspect of just letting men know the importance of their role in society, not demeaning them, because we're kind of in this weird area right now of society where the man is kind of being pushed down. And I think we should all stand together. I'm all about collaboration and inclusion. And so the man and the woman should stand together. And so that is my main message is, and like I said, the products is through the grooming aspects.
And how did you create this business?
I was living in Atlanta. I was working at Nordstrom. I was growing out my beard and I had no clue what I was doing. I was looking at YouTube videos and everyone was talking about beard oil. So I'm like, all right, let me go get this oil, whatever. And so I went over to the male section and I found all these different brands of oils and they all had all these ingredients, kind of like how food is nowadays. I didn't understand much of like what was actually in them. Growing up in a household, my mom was all about baby oil and lotion and stuff like that. So I kind of understood a little bit of like what is supposed to go into some of these things. And I'm like, okay, none of these things have those things in them. So I probably can find some of these ingredients and make them myself. And so originally it just kind of started out for me just to maintain my own look. And so I moved back to Chattanooga. I started to do that. And the bearded, I guess, lifestyle really began to like stand out to me. I'm sure it always existed, but it just kind of popped out to me. And I'm like, okay, I might can provide a solution to this problem. Because all I ever saw was people walking around scratching their beard and it was looking dry and things of that nature. I'm like, okay, here's a solution. So made that. That was the main thing, creating a solution to that problem. And then as I kept growing and developing myself, I realized, oh, this can be an entire messaging platform that I can create.
And how did you get connected with RISE Chattanooga and Boom?
I've been following Shateria for a very long time, and everything that she's been doing, I've always tipped my hat to her. I just kind of was on my own side, my own work, kind of building my brand, and I would see what she was doing. We would kind of cross paths from time to time, but that's pretty much what it was. And then one day she reached out to me and asked me if I would be a part of it. And I'm like, okay, well, if you got your hands on it, it must be something promising. So yeah, let me look into this. At the time, honestly, I didn't know who Shane was directly. I knew what RISE was, didn't know much about Shane, and got in there and everything. And come to find out, come full circle, Shane knew who I was, and that was a blessing to me. I'm like, okay, I'm big on alignment, right? So I'm like, all right, this must be aligned, because if the person I've been looking up to in the business world and someone who has really been making the moves, someone who she's been looking up to in the business world knows who I am, okay, I'm supposed to be here.
And Shateria, talk more about your background, how you got connected with RISE and Shane and now Boom.
For the past, 5-6 years, I have owned an event rentals company called Simply Props, and just been grinding and hustling, making my business, I like to say it's a household name. When people see lime green, they equate it with my business, which I've done a lot to equate that. And so Shane reached out to me summer of last year, I want to say, and we went to lunch, and he said, well, what's next for you? And I said, well, I don't really know. I want to go into TV, film, production. I want to go into that field. I wanted to move because I've been in Chattanooga all my life, 35 years. So I want to experience something different. He said, well, I've got an opportunity. So we just started talking about it. We went to Atlanta to kind of look at some stores that were kind of similar to what he wanted to bring to Chattanooga. And so he was like, I think that you can do this. I've seen you hustle. I've seen you reach these different platforms and different audiences, work with different companies. And so he said, I know that Boom will be in good hands with you. And so it's been a pleasure. It's been a joy to be connected with RISE. He's made so many moves, seeing how he's connected in the community and how he always, and I tell him this all the time, thank you for always having other people's vision and their well-being like at the forefront of your mind. So when he wanted to create Boom, that was the main thing, is giving other people a platform to put their products on a shelf, maybe even for the first time. A lot of the businesses that are in Boom, they've never been on a shelf in a store. And so them being able to set their merchandise, what does your shelf look like? What are your prices? Is it selling? Do you need to rotate your products? So giving them that experience to kind of know what to expect when they go into these Targets and Walmarts, giving them a launching pad to learn those kind of things is amazing.
Talk a bit about other businesses that are now in the marketplace alongside Christopher's.
So we have about 22 businesses. We rent shelf space by the shelf on different bookshelves. And so there's Holy Man. We've got Evan Illustrates, she's an artist. We've got CNC Candy Company, Mo Lemonade, the charcuterie chick. She sets up her charcuterie boxes. So if you come in and you're working, there's some type of food there that you can buy lunch or a snack. We've got Flavorful Seasoning Co. She makes seasoning blends. She's got a bunch of different delicious blends that you can take home and cook with. The H2O Life, CPR Wrap. Who else is in there? Humanities.
Shayla.
Shay Natural Health Bar. So she provides our juices. She makes cold pressed juices, Loca shots. She's got body butters. We've got another young lady who is from Chattanooga, but she now resides in Atlanta. So she's in different cities, which I think is amazing. Made by Brown. She has body butter, skin oils, things of that nature. So we've really got a wide range of different products and entrepreneurs that are in the space.
And not only is it a marketplace, but it is also a community space.
It is. So while we have the entrepreneurs on the shelves, we have a vinyl listening lounge and a library that you can come in, and if you're feeling like you want to listen to some Al Green or Luther Vandross, we can help you with that. Headphones over there. We've got 4 or 5 bookshelves where you can come in and read a book. We've got magazines, and then we've got free Wi-Fi so you can come in and work. This is a place Shane was very big on. He wanted this to be a place where you could come and do the work. So whatever you're working on, whatever you need to figure out with your business, you wanted to make sure that that was a place for the community to come.
And for people who want to check it out, where can they go online?
BoomRiseCHA.org.
And Christopher, for people who want to check out your business before they check it out at Boom, where can they go online?
holymangroom.com. There you can actually see a little bit more of what we offer. We have a few of our things in the Boom Marketplace, but you get a full layout of everything that we offer there. Shameless plug. If you ever need video, photo services, make sure you go to finalflashpro.com. You set up a consultation and make sure we're a good fit on that end too.
All right, Shateria, Christopher, thanks so much.
Thank you
so
for
much.
having us.
Blessings.